So today is the day. The PlayStation Plus games go live a little bit later this afternoon. I'm pretty excited, but at the same time a little bit disappointed just because some of the stuff that we've already spoke about. Obviously we got an EA Access game, another game that's not exactly a major title, but it's still going to be fun to play and make some content on this week. We've got quite a few things to actually talk about this week as well. Obviously we've got the rumours, we've got some extra free bonus content as well that you guys can claim like right now, and some other stuff as well. But of course, before we do get into it, if you guys do need to renew your PlayStation Plus memberships, if you want your PSN credit on the cheap, or just to get your new games at a decent discounted price, make sure you check out the sponsor Instant Gaming. There is a link down below that will give you a little bit more of a discount, and everything on their site's usually like 20 to 30% off anyway, so it is definitely worth checking out to save yourself a few quid. But let's get into it. First up, the drop. Finally, yesterday we actually managed to do the video. There's actually some new games coming out that are pretty cool looking, stuff that I'm excited for, and it seems like it's been forever since we've done one. I mean, so far, every single week, there's either been nothing or like one game, so it weren't worth making like a full video on. But yesterday, we actually did. But the main game that's out this week that I'm actually looking forward to, I'm not going to delve into everything, but it's Dying Light 2. It's the game that everyone thought was never going to happen. It's the game that was dragged out and delayed and everything, but it's actually being released this week. I am so excited. I cannot wait to play it. I've been waiting for it for so long. It's the zombie parkour game that was just amazing. The only thing that I'm worried about, obviously with it being a sequel, is it going to be as good as the first, or is it going to be a letdown? Fingers crossed, it's amazing. Hopefully it's not full of bugs. Hopefully it's actually a ready game and it's not something that's going to be like Cyberpunk where everyone bins it off straight away. But yeah, I cannot wait for it. I can't stress that enough. Obviously, we've got the new PlayStation Plus games out this week as well. If you guys aren't actually aware what they are, we get UFC 4, which is the game that I was complaining about because it's EA Access. Tiny Tina's Wonderland, but it's like the one-shot thing, so it's kind of like a demo as such, even though it's not a demo, but it's not got much replayability, if that makes sense. Again, that's been free on other platforms as well. It's really dirt cheap to pick up, and again, it's just to kind of showcase the new game coming out. So again, I thought it was a little bit disappointing to actually get it as a PlayStation Plus title. And finally, Planet Coaster. If you played like Roller Coaster Tycoon growing up, you'll know exactly what this is. This one is actually pretty cool. It looks good, it plays good, and the fact that it's the PS5 version with all the ray tracing and stuff, it does look amazing. Obviously, it just depends if it's your style of game. But they're all the new things that are coming out this week, so let's crack on to the rumours. Now, the rumour is for a brand new game called Far Changing Tides. Now, this game is a brand new title, and yes, I know a lot of people will be like, well, if it's brand new, it's never going to come to PlayStation Plus. But you are wrong. New games always come to PlayStation Plus. It's happened quite a few times in the past. Usually with smaller titles. Obviously this isn't one that's like a huge massive AAA game that everyone's pre-ordered, and the fact that it comes out on the first Tuesday of next month is kind of why I think that it could actually happen. Is it going to be any good though? Not too sure. I don't really know that much about the game, but it looks pretty cool. It's like puzzles, you get to explore environments, that sort of stuff. I don't know whether it's my style of game. Again, I don't really know that much about it, but it is rumoured. Curious to see what you guys think. If this one was to come to PlayStation Plus, is it something that you'd be happy about, or is it one of them games that you would be raging about? Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. But moving on anyway, bonus content. Now, it's always nice to get something for free, whether or not it's through PlayStation Plus or through a different service, and this one is actually through Twitch Prime. Now, don't worry if you don't have an active membership, there is a link down below that will give you a 30-day free trial so you can claim this stuff, and a load of other free stuff as well, and they actually put decent AAA games on there as well. All you need is an Amazon Prime account, which most people tend to have these days either for like the TV, or just ordering off Amazon to get you free delivery. If you link it over to your Twitch, you get a load of free stuff every single month. And again, if you don't, there's a free trial down below. But this week we're actually looking at some bonus content for Fall Guys. Now, I've gone for this one because it's what I was kind of playing last week. I got into it and I was loving it. But you can claim yourself some new cosmetic. You can get the Doodles costume. It looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a clown wig and some shorts. Not something that I'd personally use myself, however, it does look alright. and you can also get yourself 6,500 kudos. Now, I've kind of said this before when it comes to Fall Guys, I really enjoy it, however the soundtrack for it is irritating as hell, and it does annoy me that there's not many maps when you play it. Even when there's a new season, they kind of take the mini games off and then put new ones on. I think the selection should be a lot bigger. I mean, if they added more to it rather than taking the old ones away and just completely replacing them, I think it'd keep the game fresh, because there'd just be so much more. When you jump on Fall Guys these days, you end up on the same map over and over and over again, and I think it's kind of what makes the game drag out a little bit, so people don't really play it as much. But again, on that, curious to see what you guys think. Let me know down below. Now, before we move on, any of you guys that are curious about making content yourselves, if you're looking for the gear, the equipment that you need to do it, there's a load of links down below for my setup, for everything that I use, from the mic, I think the pop filter and all that sort of stuff. So if you're curious, have a look down there and check it out. But moving on anyway, what have I been playing? You guys always ask in the comments, you always ask on Twitter, Discord, what games I'm playing at the minute, and this week I've kind of been chilling out in party mode. I've been playing a game called Fuser. Now, I've mentioned this game before, but I love it. It's amazing. It's quite cheap to pick up. I think it's like 15 quid. It's nothing major. But you make your own music in a different kind of way. It's not one of those like the old DJ games where you like literally put every single beat in yourself. It's more you remix songs out there. So you will start and you'll be on stage and it's all cartoony. Like, none of that kind of matters because you don't really notice it. But you'll pick a load of songs to put in your kind of track list. I think you can pick up to like, I think it's like 12, 13 songs or something, possibly a little bit more. Haven't really counted them, if I'm being honest with you. But once you've kind of got them, you kind of pick the ones that you want, and there's different aspects of each song. So you can have like the words from one, you can have like the drums from the other, the bass, or whatever. And then you can kind of mix it up. So you could have the lyrics from one song playing, and then something from another one, and then you can overlap them and overlay them over each other so stuff's playing at the same time. You can actually have a really good time playing it. There's some awesome songs on there as well. It's not kind of like, if you think when you go to like Just Dance or SingStar or whatever, those kind of games, there's usually like one or two songs that people like, and then it's all the really old-fashioned stuff that people don't really want to use. It's actually got loads of stuff, and there's other tracks that you can buy as well that are actually pretty cheap. It's what I've been playing, and I've been loving it. I've been sitting in parties with friends and kind of just messing around, and it's been tons and tons of fun. Now, to finish up with my predictions, there's only one game that I'm going to go for. It's Cyberpunk. Now, yes, I know it's hit and miss whether you guys are going to be like, yay or no. Cyberpunk was plagued with bugs when it first came out, to the point it got removed off the PlayStation Store, which is not really a good sign, is it? However, it's not a bad game. I own Cyberpunk. I played it on PS5. It was funny to play just by the fact of how buggy it was. You could play it. It wasn't unplayable. It's just certain points. You go in a cutscene and there'd be a guy stood there, and then he'd walk off, ping off a locker, fly across the room, and then everything would flip upside down. It's like, wow, that guy is so dramatic. But at the same time, the story for it and everything was still pretty fun to play. I know it's fully been updated. Apparently all the bugs are now fixed. And a lot of people, like me, because of how bad it was on day one, haven't bothered to play it since, even though it's been fully updated. Don't know what you guys are like on that side of things. Have you still been playing it? Did you go back to it when they updated it and fixed it, or not? And I know there's some new updates coming as well. I think the reason that I'm going to go for this one is simply because of the fact of it's an awesome game that no one wants to play because of how bad it was, bug-wise. And I think the only way that they're going to get the numbers up and people playing it is probably to give it away through PlayStation Plus, as sad as that sounds. It was a game that everyone was excited for, that was just a major letdown. But that's the game that I'm going to go for. Now, any of the games that I have mentioned today, if you're looking for new people to play with, make sure you jump in the Discord. Decent community and just an easy way to find new people to play with so you're not stuck playing solo. And when it comes to any other gaming news, anything that I don't post videos on, usually just get snippets shared over on Twitter. So make sure you're following over on there as well. But that's it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, a like would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.